Dr. Seuss ass tree. Today, I'm still hunting in George Washington National Forest. Never scouted this area before. I've never stepped foot here before. Got my squirrel rifle with me. I'm just going to do the same thing we did over at Devil's Backbone. Still hunting means you take a few steps real quietly and stop. I like to stop every 15 to 20 steps and just watch. Take a solid 30 seconds. Just look, listen, smell, and then take another 15 or 20 steps. As slow and quiet as you can. When you're still hunting, the object is not to cover ground, but to be more aware of your surroundings and to do your best not to spook anything that might be nearby. It helps when you stop. If you stop shouldered up or with your back up against a tree, it'll help break up your outline. Hopefully we see more sign here than we did at the last place. But I'll let you know. Once again, we've hit a fork in the road. Looks like an old closed road, maybe a fire road. If I head up that way, I'll have private land on one side of me until I hit another road. Take a left and then go further into the national forest. If I head down here, I'm surrounded by public land the whole way. This is also the shorter path. I think if I had more time in the day, it's about 4 p.m. I'd explore up here. But today, we're gonna go down here. So far it's looking a lot like the other place. A lot of acorns, not a lot of sign. About 3/4 of a mile in, no real sign of anything. On the map it shows a creek a little ways ahead of me. Now if there's actually water in this creek. It could be a potential campsite if I do find sign later on today. If not, we'll keep looking. One of the guys I follow, I can't remember who it is now. It was either Steve or Noah or Clay Hayes. I can't remember. But somebody said something along the lines of it's okay to be pessimistic in your spirits, but not in your boots. And I think about that a lot when out here getting skunked day after day, showing no sign, no animals. It's kind of along the lines of you miss every shot you don't take. So you got to put the miles on your boots. You got to put the miles on your legs. You got to come out here and look, or else you definitely won't find anything. When you're looking at tracks in the woods, what you do see is just as important as what you don't see. I do see just a few small deer prints. What I don't see are boot prints. And that makes me happy. Alright, so I finally found this creek. I can finally fill up on my water. Which is great, because I was real thirsty. Oh yeah, it's so clean I don't even think I have to filter it here. Yeah, it's so clear I can see right through it. It's a great find. Alright, let's keep going. Off trail a little bit to a spot that just plain looks squirrely, like there ought to be squirrels here. So I'm gonna sit here quietly, munch on my beef jerky, and see what comes about. No luck. This area is crawling with mines and caves. I'm not far from Luray Caverns and Shenandoah Caverns, and they're sprinkled all over these mountainsides. Doesn't look like much on camera, but that's a pretty steep hole. Looks like a big cereal bowl or a crater. It's the second one I found out here today. I'm pretty certain it's a sinkhole down into a cave. So could be standing over top of the next famous caverns right now. Hopefully I don't fall it. Side note, if you were to Google a map of all the underground cave systems in the US and then overlay that with a map of all the unexplained missing persons cases, you'd get the same map. sun is getting lower in the sky. So I got probably an hour before it goes behind the hill and it gets real dark real fast. So got a mile and a half or so back to the truck. I walked back to the dry creek bed I was at earlier and walked up creek a little ways to see if there was any water in it. Found a pretty decent spot to camp, but there's no water. The woods look good though. I'd like to come back and explore more in that direction instead of the direction I went earlier. So maybe a single overnight dry camp is a possibility. Anyways, that's the end of another successful scouting trip and unsuccessful squirrel hunt. Really like to bring you guys along for a successful hunt one of these days. But with the time I have and the property I have available to me, it's going to take some more work. That's what we're doing out here. Just trying to make it happen. I know these videos are kind of boring, and I do appreciate those of you that do tune in. But we got some exciting stuff planned for this fall season, winter season. Some camping trips, some flintlock hunting, some freezing and getting hypothermia in the mountains kind of content. That's the kind of stuff that I like. So stay tuned. I hope one of these days I'll get better at filming and editing these things too, so they might not be so hard to watch. Until then.